You are now tuned into Serial Killaz Podcast, where we provide the cereal and you bring the bowl. With your two hosts.
Yo, welcome to Serial Killaz Podcast. It's your boy Jay Mazor.
Hollywood Rocc in the building.
Just follow my nose. It's always nose.
Tricks are for kids, silly rabbits.
They're great. You better eat that damn cereal. You ain't got no damn milk. I ain't got, I bet you. When I was coming up, we didn't have milk, cereal, a bowl to eat in. Don't care what kind of milk it is. You don't care. 2%, 3% buttermilk, patent milk, polar cow in a patent milk can. I bet you eat that too. What's wrong with you?
All right, I eat it.
Now, the Serial Killaz Podcast.
Yo, welcome to Serial Killaz Podcast. It's your boy Jay Mazor.
And this is this is Hollywood Rocc in the building. I was trying to get like y'all.
You did a good job, but I thought you messed up for real though. This is our blooper side, y'all. Y'all they gonna kill us on this one right here, y'all.
Hey, I'm gonna say it. On behold.
I wanted to laugh in between me doing it because that shit was funny to me in my head. I was trying to keep it going. That shit was funny. All right, come on, Jay Mazor. Stop playing, Jay Mazor.
Yo, let's go.
He said, hey, man, I got something to say, man. Hey, they said that men save money more when they single and women save money more when they're in a relationship. Is that true?
Ask that again.
Yeah. That was almost like the intro. You didn't understand what that meant.
I said, how did I say it? Oh, I said men save money when they single. Women save money when they're in a relationship.
Yeah, that I ain't gonna lie, I saw that actually. And
I saw it. I'm like, damn, that was pretty dope. What you think?
Go ahead, Jay. I'm not sure.
I feel like
I'm not sure.
I think it's all depend on the woman.
Okay.
Because you like it's true, men save money when they single for real. You do. Okay. But when you're in a relationship, it's because, you know, you're impressing the girl, you want to take out, you want to do this, you are spending money, but you got women where they'll match you too. They're not gonna be just sitting there and let you blow the bank and they just you know what I'm saying? Like that's a woman that could be mindful of that.
But the thing about that though is like what let's say for instance, like, okay, you said they save money, right? Like say men save money when they single.
I just understood the question.
What happened?
Because I thought you said women save money. You said save.
Yeah, no, I caught it the second time.
Right, though, Jay? No, you're right. I thought you said save money. I'm going, save. That's why I said I wanted to save money.
Save.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
now
save.
Repeat the question. Say the whole thing again.
Now I said men save money when they single. Women save money when they're in a relationship.
Okay. All right.
Now another thing I got on the flip side of that is with saving with money. Like most of the time when you going out, what you doing? You getting a dinner. Yeah. You getting like dinner, the movies.
You know, you getting.
If you buy something for like flowers and all that, like is that corny to show up in the date with some
that ain't
flowers?
corny.
No, I'm just saying like
happy.
To show up where at the house.
Like the first date.
The first date. I ain't showing up with flowers on the first date.
I didn't show up with flowers on my first date.
Oh, you did? That's what I meant, the first date.
No, the first date, I'm not going to show up with flowers on the first date. You know what I mean? Because your expectations from there has to be crazy. But you give her flowers on the first date, what you going to give her on the second date?
You said what now?
Tiffany bracelet?
Right. If you give her flowers on the first date, what you going to get her for the second date?
That you're giving her flowers, thanking her for allowing you to be in her presence.
How about the second date? You not gonna care about the presents in the second date?
Give her some flowers again.
So you gonna give her flowers. She gonna get tired of the flowers. So she gonna be like, that's all you can do is flowers. That's all you get tired of this flowers.
It's all you do. But on the flip side of that, okay, like say for instance, like if men say the same thing as women, meaning like okay, like say. If we said like, okay, well, we not going out because we feel like we not paying until we get married.
They're not paying until
you get what I'm saying?
Who not paying? The man's not paying?
Yeah, like
so every time they go out, they go Dutch. They both like 50-50?
Yeah, they go like I said. I'm saying, what if a man say the same thing? Woman, you know, I say okay, let me say this. You know, sometimes one be like, okay, you ain't getting this, you ain't getting none.
Right.
I can't do this. Or, you want me to cook and do that? No, I'm not doing it until we married.
Until we married.
What if the man say the same thing? How would you date?
She'll move on.
Because what if the man say, okay, well, I want to take care of my wife, so I can't spend money on dinner all the time.
Ooh, they ain't gonna
and
like
stuff
that,
like that, because I would rather do it with my wife.
I get what you're saying. You see, in that's a hard situation. It is hard.
It's a hard one because
you know what I'm saying.
Women, so if you talk about today's woman is not going to go for that.
At all.
Today's woman is not going to sit down and go, so you're taking me out, and we got to go 50-50 on this dinner, and the reason why is because I'm not your wife.
But that's the same thing they saying, though. Am I right?
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we can't go back and forth like that because the expectations of a date from a woman is different from a man.
Right.
If we sat at the table and had the same expectations, we'll just be both sitting there twiddling our thumbs.
That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Somebody has to give. Well, most of the time, it's the man.
The man has to give.
You know what I'm saying?
So the man have to give. Now, my whole thing is like you dating a woman and you dealing with her for like, if you dating her for like 6 months or something like that, y'all going out on multiple dates, and she decides one time to take you out or 2 times to take you out. And everything.
You see, I
understand that. I'm with that. That's cool.
Right,
She's showing that.
Me as a man, I'm not gonna have you pay for me all the time.
No, so not all the time. No,
Right.
I didn't say all the time, but sometimes because sometimes a woman wants to show how much she cares. She wanna, she wanna go. Look, I appreciate what you have done and what you've been doing. Look here, I'm gonna take you out, sweetie. I'm gonna take you out, okay? And I got dinners on me. Okay, that's cool.
You see, I could rock with that because I had a conversation like that recently with my woman, and I had said, I'm like, babe, like, if you want to sit there and pay for me on certain things, it's cool. Like, I don't mind here and there, but there's going to be things I'm going to fight you for the bill.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's just me. I get my upbringing, my mom, my father, the old school vibe. So it's like, man, we got to handle up. We the alpha. We gotta,
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I think the expectation, though, today, with today's woman, though, exceeds what I've, more than I've ever seen in my life this time. I've been around for a long time, and I've never seen the expectations of what a woman expect from a man be this high. If that makes sense to you.
And that's crazy because I was talking to somebody, and then she was saying that she was what did she say? She was like I was in the store, and then what she say? She was talking about that her driving. I can't think.
Chauffeur? A chauffeur?
No, not chauffeur. She was saying that she was going on a date, right?
Okay.
So she was saying, before she said she was going on a date, she was just saying like how schizophrenic she was, like, you know what I'm saying? Like all that, like she was just saying like all the pills and stuff like she was taking. So I'm like, dang,
he don't know what he getting himself into.
I said, whoa. So she said all that first, right? So she's like, yeah, I said, how do you deal with it now? She's like, I just talk to the voices. That's how I deal with it.
Oh, see that?
So I said, dang. So then the next day I said, okay, well, what you and dude going to? She's like, we going to like the pumpkin patch or something. Mm-hmm. And she was like, but he doesn't have a car, so I ain't gonna be able to deal with that.
Now, see, now you see what I'm talking about? Expectations. Look at her
that made
problems.
me think about that when you said that. That's why I was
Look
like,
what she's on. She's on pills. She's schizo. She's whatever she said she was, because that's what she said, right?
Right.
But yet she's ready to take this man, all right, who probably makes an honest living. We don't know the reason why he don't have a car. But she's going, I can't deal with the fact.
And he like 20, and they like 22. I think she was like 22, 23. So I'm like, he's still young.
So she see nothing wrong with her problems.
That's what I was
looking at him.
That's what I'm like.
Taking pills and stuff.
Right. Well, what she said, I'm like, why she saying that? So I'm looking at her, I'm like, she is, and you.
Right.
And
that goes back to what I just said, right?
And then you have an expectation. So what's schizo? Meaning like you could just flip. Schizo is when ain't schizo like when they be like.
You be on different skits.
Ain't it like when you just be,
you just chilling, you be like one thing one day, and then one time. Right.
Hey, don't they do that when they like? Ain't that it, Jay? When they be like, say like you just chilling, you be like,
no, it sounds
beat horse ass.
Nah, it sounds like you talking about Tourette's. That's what you're talking about.
No. He I know what he means, but I believe schizo is when you
Jay can't sing.
You want.
That's what they be. That's what they be doing. So that's what it's like.
It's like it's called schizophrenic. So which means that you are one way, like how Jay is chilled out right now, and then the next moment he's on something totally different that's crazy.
Right, that's what I'm
the next 10, 20 minutes he's on something else different. You know what I'm saying? He's just all over the place. So what happens is his mind can't stay focused. That's why they take pills to slow them down, I believe it goes. Okay. So they can be able to focus on things.
How long you been schizophrenic?
For a while now.
Hey, I just know. I'm so used to him. You know what I'm so used to him doing? I thought he's gonna say next. 33% of schizophrenic people.
Well, to be honest with you, you threw me off with that one, so I was like, God, I ain't got my doggone facts.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like I want to.
What's the name, people? But that's why I brought that up, and I was like, yeah, that is facts. Like I know somebody, man. He got a straight beer belly, pants, straight just not really on them, like dress, and like, man, he don't be getting like no females, but he really think he could get Christina Milian.
Christina Milian. And he can't get a record. And he can't get a record.
But he okay? Mentally, he's okay?
Yeah, mentally okay.
He got it all.
So I told him that. I said, hey, man, you got the 3 things a woman need. He's like, what I got, man? He's like, man, I ain't gonna never find no woman, man. So I said, what 3? I said, you got a job. You make sure you pay your rent and your bills. You know what I'm saying? And the house know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. That's funny. And he think he can get Christina?
He think he can get Christina Milian.
But he trying to ask you about how to get a regular chick.
Yeah, right. I'm going to tell Jay what happened. Okay, one day, right? So one day, I'm going left. I'm going left with it. I was north to go left with it, but I'm like, so I'm chilling. So he come to me. So he's like, hey, man. I was like, what? He's like, guess who hit me up? I was like, who? He's like, Christina Milian. Oh. I said, Christina Milian.
Okay. Okay. Well, she hit him on the DM?
Yeah, okay. I said. So he thought I was hating. I'm like, man, you know, Christina Milian. Man, why you think she hit me?
Oh, my God. I know you had a million reasons.
Then he get hot. He get mad because you undermined him. Yo, he wildin' though.
Yeah, so I said, tell her, this is like right when the Facebook started doing the camera, the Facebook Messenger thing.
Yeah.
Well, you could call. So I was like, man, I said, call. FaceTime. He looked at me like.
He pulled his call.
Yeah, so he like, all right. So I say, days later, right? Days later. Days later, he come to me, he said, hey. He's like, hey, I FaceTime the number. I said, what happened? He's like, she blocked me. I was like, that's because it wasn't. It was because it wasn't her.
It was her fan. Some fan base. What's her name?
But that goes back to what Hoss was saying. Like he in that realm of like he think that he can.
Anytime a cat think he's sitting in the house and can't get a regular girl, he think he can get Christina Milian. Come on, man.
That was like me saying, yo.
And now I know who it is, so that makes it even more funny. You know what I'm saying? That makes it even more funny because I know who it is. That's funny as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, one day I took him. Hey, it was like a sitcom. One day I took him. He's like, man.
Yo, he got a whole sitcom with this dude, yo. He don't even know what he got.
Yo, you need to bring it to the show. We'll have some viral clips for that.
Yeah.
He sound viral.
One day, right? He was like, man. He said, man, I ain't gonna be able to get no girl, man. I said, man, your swag off, man. I said, your pants, like, they like.
Well, they're too loose or
tuck
too
his shirt
tight?
in, man. He tuck his t-shirts in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I did that when I was like 7.
Right.
So I took the last time I tucked the t-shirt.
So I took him to the mall. We went to the mall. You know what I'm saying? So he went and bought us some Jordans, shoes, all that, like that and all that. I said, all right, we gonna go out tonight with your new fit on. He like, all right, we go to the strip club.
Oh my God.
I bet he didn't want to touch him, huh?
Hey, he was smacking him on the ass like a robot. Hey, he was AI before AI.
Now that's funny as shit.
Hey, he was I'm not lying. He was smacking him just like this.
Like he was clapping.
That dude tried to push it off his ass.
Man, I was in there raw. She knew something was off with it. Like, and he normally everything in there, it ain't like nothing. What's that? It's just bad. So my point of saying it is to go back to what House said. Like, people be what you say? They want something that they like that.
They want something that they just really can't really have.
It's not reachable.
It's like,
not reachable.
Obtainable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we have to. I already know where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't. I know what I can do. I know where I'm at. I don't try to. I just was. I keep it 100 with myself.
Right.
Got to do that.
Right.
So
that's
when
why
you told me you definitely have Kelly Rowland in the bag. So you for real?
I have what now?
Kelly Rowland. That's what you told
Oh
me.
yeah. I mean that's been bagged. That was so easy to bag. I mean that's baggable and it's been bagged. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Hey, matter of fact, that's a great question. I was going to bring something else up. That's a great question. What is somebody you seen in the? What was it like? I'm trying to. Hold on, don't tell me. I'm gonna let me and Jay gonna do this.
Go ahead.
What year you think Hoss probably was in his prime?
In what though?
That's what I'm like. Just like in life, like just like he like balling. Like I'm gonna guess the age that you get.
You mean the year? Like
yeah, the year. Guess just by looking at him, just see what year he was like. Damn, I think he probably was in his prime. Such and such. Yeah, like I'll say. You ready? You want to go?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll say, and then I'll say 26.
Now what
26,
what the prime
27.
consist of though?
Prime meaning like, man, you just having a ball as a young man, like even if it's job, just women, money,
okay,
job, whatever it is.
You say 26. What you say?
I say 26.
I'm gonna say early to mid 30s when he was in his prime.
I'm gonna tell y'all who was right.
And I think from 99 to 2000, he was definitely
2000.
Like around that time, the early 2000s. I feel like he was on.
But
his
that
shit.
depends on how old he was in 99, 2000. Because then
that's
he
true.
might be,
Because I don't know the age, but
yeah,
if we just going there, like I'm probably say that.
Only reason I say 26
or mid 2000s.
I say 26 because I'm like, okay, I feel like. Okay, I remember like on the first interview he said like he was an athlete, so I could see that like early on, and then after that phased out, I could just see him like probably a little early on, probably catching that, because it seemed like everybody always get in their prime sometime around about 26, 27. Talking about the ones that owns businesses,
okay,
you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They tend to get in their prime quicker than me because then later on, by them learning from the prime, they be ready to settle down and get businesses and do things like that at that age. All right, let me go. All right, well, who was right, man?
All right, Jay nailed it.
Okay, so what year was it?
Well, what happened, I'm going to go from what you said. You said that around 26. Well, 26, that's the year I got married. That's the age I got married at 26.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
When I had got divorced, that's when 2000s came. That's when I was going places. I was The music stuff was hitting.
Okay.
I was doing music stuff. I was managing models.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
He was really in his prime.
I was Myrtle Beaching with the Black Bike Week. I was in
Miami.
I was in Miami.
He was
throwing parties in Miami.
He was in prime.
You know what I'm saying? I was doing stuff like that.
Okay.
And then when Def Jam came through with the Comedy Def Jam thing, you know what I'm saying? I was all affiliated with the people that was running that, so I was all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And then Tretch and them came out. That was that whole era right there. Flavor in the area right there.
Okay.
And that's when all the clubs and everything was hitting hard too.
Okay.
Out in Jersey, so I was everywhere. That was more like my prime. I was riding motorcycles and everything. We was in the motorcycle club called the High Rollers.
So now we just said like, okay, like in your prime, and then Jay only taking it at like like you in your prime, okay, now you get your first business and all that. Like, how you feel about friends and business?
Well, a lot of people are going to tell you it's hard to do business with family. They're going to tell you it's hard to do business with friends. You know what I mean? That's what some people say. And I'm sure it's other type of things where people say you shouldn't go business with a couple, with more than 3 people. You know, people say stuff like that. But I've done them all.
Why would they? Because for the people that, you know what I'm saying, that's into the business part of our show, why would you not want to do 3 people? Why would they say
more than 3 people?
Yeah, more than 3 people.
Because what happens is you have too many entities and too many minds working at one time.
Okay, I could agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see that.
Because
I
what happens
got
is
into a situation like that.
Right. Because if you think about this, you have 4 people. You have to make a decision. You got 2 people. So there's a 50-50 right there. What's going to break the Campbell's back? You know what I'm saying? Because these 2 agree on this 2 agree on that. It's going to just be stagnant. Right. You got 3 people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
2 probably going to agree in most cases.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
And, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to be able to roll with the decision. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing 5 people, which is an odd number also, you can always have a 3-2, but that's too many minds when you're talking about starting a business or when you sit down and discuss something, because it's going to always be one person. Always, when you start putting the numbers high like that in business, there's always going to be one person who's not going to agree with the majority of the things that you have going on or what's on the table.
Right.
And that's going to throw a lot of stuff off. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's hard for singing groups to stay together when they have 5 and 6 people. Look at all the singing groups that we've seen come up. We've seen the movies and everything. Those guys have dropped off. We have 5 people that have dropped off. They done, brought new people in, and they done dropped off because it's too many entities. Everybody have certain things they want to do, and if they can't do it the way they want to do it, they're gonna go, I don't want to be a part of it.
Right.
Most groups that are 2 and 3 usually stay together a long time.
Right. You see Casey and JoJo, they didn't break up.
Right. They brothers, they didn't break up.
Rough Hands.
Right. Rough Hands, all those 3 SWV.
How many people was in Rough Hands, man?
It was just 2.
It was just 2. Wasn't 2 in Rough Hands?
What song did they have?
No more shopping spree.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they showed it. That's the only one they had?
They had another song.
They had a couple. I can't remember.
They had a couple. They probably had 2-3 hits.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when you see those groups that have the 2 and 3 people, they usually stay together longer than the 5 people.
Yeah, they do.
The 5 people groups. You know what I'm saying? Because the entities, man, the thinking, there's so many minds and everything. There's nothing wrong with it doing it, but it's hard.
What'd you think about Fred's business, Jay?
I feel like, as far as like friends and business, I feel like it's doable. I just gotta have the same mindset though. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta have the same mindset, because you don't want that. If they don't see the vision, all of a sudden y'all gonna start clashing, and now all of a sudden the friendship fall off, and now there's money involved, all this stuff. So you got to really evaluate the person if you're really gonna go into business with them.
No,
that's my opinion at least.
I understand.
Because it's just like you don't use that one friend for everything.
Right.
For example, House my dog, Rocc my dog. Hoss don't like clubs, so I'm not gonna take him to a club with me.
Right.
Rocc, he ready to go. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I'm like, Hoss, I'm gonna holler at you, hey Rocc, we're gonna hit the booby trap. You know, something like that. I can, stuff like that. Yeah.
So you saying like, so how you saying it is like, the friends you got from over here is not the same that you gonna what's the name over there is in business, or how you?
I would say in general.
Okay.
Because in anything you do, like, it's not everything you could do with that particular person.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And if you are going to get in business with the person, really evaluate them to make sure this is the right person to get in business with. Just because he's your friend, that doesn't mean you just automatically go into business. You got to study him. And, like, for example, it was something that me and Rocc was talking about. While Rocc is talking about certain things, but he's asking me questions, because he's asking me those questions because he's trying to see what my head at with it.
Right.
And when he see based on my answer, he like, oh man, you know what? Let's do this, Jay. And I'm like, do what? We should do this and this because you think like me and we move like this and we do like that, and you compromise and you this and you this. Because I holler at this other dude, and this dude already starting to fight with me, and we ain't even get past the first 2 sentences. You get what I mean?
Right.
So you gotta like evaluate people's, and when you evaluate them, it's not in a bad way.
No, absolutely.
It's just where it fits.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, Jay, you hitting it dead on. Jay is dead on, because what happens is when people say their circle is small, have a small circle, what they basically saying is they have evaluated everybody else who's not in compatibility with them.
Right.
Okay, and they brought the people who are compatible with them to certain degrees. Okay, closer to them. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So I know if Jay likes this, likes that, I like that, then he does that, I do that. We both do a lot of the same thing.
Right.
You're gonna be closer to me than a cat that don't like half the shit that I do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Only want to do what he wants to do. All right, we're not compatible. You know what I'm saying? Rocc does the majority of the stuff I like. Out of 10 things that I like, Rocc will like 8 of them, 9 of them. That's high in numbers.
Right.
On compatibility. That's why I can hang with him like that.
Right.
That's why me and him can do certain things. We can talk about certain things. So a small circle means, okay, these are the people who most compatible with me.
Right.
And those are the people you got to rock with, do business with, do ventures with. Right. You know what I'm saying? Keep them close to your family. Look out for them. Because you can't do it with 8, 9, and 10, and 12 people. That 3 and 4 and 5 people, maybe everybody outside of that becomes associates.
Yeah.
Right.
They'll just work for hires.
That's what they are.
Because
they can be friends, but they just not the friends that I do certain things with Rocc with. I do certain things with Jay with. You feel what I'm saying? That's just how it is.
Yeah, because that's how I feel about it. Like how I be is like that's what I say. I'll go to you with something. I'll be like, hey man, I think about some selling gold shoes or something, whatever it is. And then he was like, man, you should do it with me. If I'm coming to you with, I see something in you that I think that you can do. Right. You can do it with me.
Right.
So I'm
contribute to it.
Yeah, contribute to it. You know what I'm saying? I was Absolutely. Like, so I'm like, because I always tell people like, man, you're supposed to use people, just not misuse them. So that's what people like. And when I tell people, they be like,
that's the truth.
They be like, you ain't supposed to use. I said, but I'm like, no, you supposed to use them, just not misuse them. Right. So I might be good at doing computer work. Jay might be good at drawing, or you know what I'm saying. I might be good at taking the pictures. We put it all together.
Right, we got something.
And then you know what I'm saying. You got something. That's how you supposed to do it. But if I come to you with it and then you never bring it back up to me, then I'm never gonna ask again because I'm like, all right, because
he clearly not interested.
Yeah, you just saying you with it because I asked you. But if you come back at a later date, be like, hey, what you saying you was gonna do with that? Oh, then I'm gonna be like my tennis gonna go up like, oh, now you ready?
Right.
All right, let's do it. Let's get the ball rolling. You know what I'm saying? Like one of my buddies that happened the other day. We were talking about a business thing, and he brought it up to me like some months ago, and then I was like, all right, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So he like, all right. So he ain't never bring it up again. I'm like, man, it was a great idea, but he ain't never say nothing. Then a couple of days ago, he brought it up again, but now he been sending me stuff like, look, I'm here, I'm researching out, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get with y'all, too, about it, too, whatever. Okay. But I was like, oh, okay. I was like, but he's saying that, like, okay, all right, now I see that you want to be, you know what I'm saying, you getting on that, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I used to tell people all the time doing music, like, I'll fire you and then come to your crib and play 2K. You know what I'm saying? Like, but some people ain't gonna be able to take that. You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing with business, you can't move on emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, like, you know what I'm saying? Jay has a different upbringing than me. I have a different upbringing than Jay. All of us.
Right.
I was born, got a different upbringing, and he's born in a different era. You know what I'm saying? So when we come into the table about something, like me and my mans, we was about to do something. And we disagreed on it was like a chicken sandwich we was doing. We disagreed, and he's like, "Man, I'm not doing it if we not doing it this way." I said, "See, that's what you don't do." And this is like my man, $100,000. Like, man, you don't do that. We're gonna disagree. But I was like, okay, let's just try it this way first, and then if it don't work, we try it your way. Or let's try it your way, and then we try
compromise.
But yeah, compromise. It's compromise. But I said. It stopped before we even got anywhere, and everybody
Some people
was
don't
like,
understand the compromise.
Yeah, and everybody was like, man, y'all got something. And then 3 months after that, somebody texted me and seen that KFC had that idea.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I was like, see, you know what I'm saying? We get it off the ground because we was arguing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying with business. I just want to like make sure like we what's the name on that because like we getting in business, we doing it and like. People they need to know that part too. Like, man, like you could do it. Just like, man, a lot of times people they don't put their resources together. They try to do it on their own, and it's like, nah.
One thing we have to understand too, as we get older, you're gonna start to be able to see who's gonna be in your circle, who you can do business with, who's gonna be your friend. This is gonna be the friend right here that I'm gonna hang out with when I do this. This is gonna be my buddy I'm gonna hang out when I do this. This is gonna be the buddy I'm gonna go on trips with. You know what I mean? You're going to start to look for that more so, and just making everybody the same buddy, you know what I'm saying, to do everything, because everybody's not going to do everything, especially when it comes to business. Everybody don't have a business mind.
Now, before we get out of here, do you cut them off the second time they scam you, or the first time when it's your friend?
Well, I'm going to say this. When it comes to business, when it comes to me doing business, well, once I give you the opportunity the first time to do something, and you come off to me a little fugazi, you know what I mean? And you're not really into it, and you don't really have no input, and you kind of pushing it to the side. I'm not going to come to you again, because to be in business, you have to be strong-minded, have a strong will, and you got to really, really, really want to win in the situation. Right. What you're telling me and what you're showing me is not a person who wants to go out there and get it. Right. You're not showing me that you reliable. Right. You're not showing me that you got the dog in you. You know what I'm saying? You're not showing me that. So why would I come to you the second time and then propose something else to you, knowing that you already dropped the ball with me already in the first one? Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. It's almost like a bad relationship. You know, once you have a bad relationship with a woman, and then you go back to her later on, and you think it's going to be better, just because time has lapsed in between, and then once you get back, it's the same old thing again.
Same shit.
Yeah, I know. I'm you know, I've lived it. So that's how come I know. That's how come I know. But, and that's why I can say it. You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
What you think,
generally
Jay?
speaking.
What you think? They scam you, your buddy. Y'all in business together. He scam you once, you give him a break, or he scam you twice. You like, man, all right, I'm done out of that. Or after the first time, he gone.
Honestly, if he my homeboy, he shouldn't scam me at all.
Right.
To be honest, if you my boy, you should not be scamming me. If you do scam me, I'm just okay. That's on me. I should have read the sign.
And that's why you don't go the second time.
You get what I'm saying?
So the first time.
That's it. Like especially if you doing something malicious. Right. Come on, man.
Now you can still be his homie. Y'all still cool, but you know you can't do certain things with him.
Yeah, it's just that whole thing where they say for me once, shame on me. For me twice. That's that whole thing. Yeah, that whole thing. Like that's what I'm on.
No, you know what I'm absolutely.
But and if he were to scam me, it depends how he scam me. If he scam me some dirty style, we ain't friends after this.
Right. You know it's levels to it too. I mean, it's also they can scam you when you going, you know what, I'm just ain't gonna mess with him on that no more. We still cool. But then it's also, yo, you scam me to a point I don't even want to deal with you no more.
Bruh. Yeah.
I'm done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Y'all ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, man. Ready to get up out of here, man. So go on here, Jay. Take us out, man.
Yo, good conversation today, too.
It was.
Good conversation, man. We could have kept on going for about 5 hours, man.
Right. But y'all already know what it is, man. Serial Killaz Podcast. It's your boy, Jay Mazor.
Man, and then next time, man, we're going to get into some stocks talk, man. I ain't get a chance to get into that, man.
Oh, that's what's up. I got a boy up in Jersey big on it. So, let's do that.
Hollywood Rocc in the building.
Hollywood Rocc, man. I was trying to like cook it up. I was cooking it up. That's what I was cooking it up.
Yo, big boss, y'all. We out, y'all.
We out.
Serial Podcast. Word.